And such an honor that this morning, Darren, lead singer of We Are Messengers, has been spending some really good quality time with you. You're going to hear Darren Unplugged in just a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, let's set the stage. Darren and his family are sitting around a little device called Alexa. And this happens with his family sitting around with Alexa in the center of the room.
Alexa, play
Image of God
by We Are Messengers.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that was it.
No, so I don't know where you get this, but we did that like 3 or 4 times, and every time they said We Are Messengers, it pulled up like Megadeth.
Oh no,
crazy.
Totally different.
And I was all right with that. I'm like, let's leave that there for a minute. But
It's not what I was looking for, but
eventually it got there. But it was a long musical journey.
I can imagine. And good quality time sitting around Alexa with
Yeah.
all the kids.
Man, I love hanging with my kids. They drive me absolutely insane, but they are the best humans in the world, and it's a gift to be their daddy because I don't deserve it. They deserve a much better daddy, but I'm the one they got, and I love it. I really do.
Life for Darren with We Are Messengers is with us. Life with Darren at the beginning, I mean, you were rough, dude.
I was, and I still can be. But God, in His kindness, somehow has been fond of me. You know, do you ever feel like God can't be fond of you? You know that He loves you, but love is a different thing than liking someone.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that's changed for me recently is I've realized that God doesn't just love me, He likes me. He's fond of me. He's fond of you, Rob. He's fond of you, Liz. He's even fond of these boys in the corner over here, believe that or not. Do you know? That's a game changer. When you realize that He wants to be with you, not out of obligation, but because He wants to. Yo, that changes everything. And so I can wake up in the morning feeling pretty nasty about myself, not liking myself a whole lot. First thing I did this morning, jumped out of bed and I got on my knees. I've started doing that the last 3 days, getting on my knees each morning saying, God, you're my friend. I can't believe it. Will you be merciful today? And He's like, yeah, of course I will be.
30-second version of who you were before Jesus.
Oh, mate, I drank too much. I was an adulterer. I was a violent man. I was blasphemous. I was so lonely, so afraid, such a coward. And then Jesus came, changed everything. And I would like to say I'm the man I always hoped I would be, but I'm far from it. But the same mercy that was with me 13 years ago was with me this morning. And so God's still changing, still transforming, still making me less messy. But that's okay. It takes time, you know?
It does.
And we've got some time. We've got all of eternity. I'm stoked to be a son of the King, you know?
Darren, We Are Messengers, is with us. He is unplugged this morning. He's got his acoustic and a song that nobody has heard just yet, except for a few.
yeah.
And you get to be one of the first to hear this morning. It's Darren, We Are Messengers, and Come What May.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to do it too. New music, new season for We Are Messengers. You know us, we tell you the truth. We sing stories, we tell you stories about life and heartache and love. And this one reminds us that come what may, Jesus is still fond of us. Come what may, I'm still fond of Him. And in the middle of it is Psalm 23, the Lord is my shepherd. Here we go. If this sounds bad, it's my fault. It's too early. Sometimes sorrow is the door to peace. Sometimes heartache is the gift I need. You're faithful, faithful in all things. In every high, every low, in mountain tops, down broken roads, you're still my rock, my hope remains. I'll rest in the arms of Jesus, come what may. Well, come what may. Well, come what may. And that part's real rowdy, by the way, when you hear the record. And this line, there's deep joy that you give to me, where hurt meets the healing is a holy thing. that broke my heart. There is deep joy that you give to me. You know, where hurt meets the healing is a holy thing. I see goodness, your goodness in all things. Yeah, in every high, in every low, on mountain tops, down broken roads. Still my rock, my hope remains. I'll rest in the arms of Jesus. Come what may. It's a loud one. Well, come what may. Yeah, you believe that? Well, come what may. And the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. I'm singing this for you this morning, Liz. You remember those days where you didn't know where to turn and the Lord was your shepherd. He still is. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. The Lord is my shepherd, leads me to still waters, and He restores my soul, yeah. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. The Lord is my shepherd, leads me to still waters, and He restores my soul. We're too early for that note, but it's a good one. Yeah, in every high, in every low, on mountain tops, down broken roads, you're still my rock, my hope remains. I rest in the arms of Jesus. Yeah, in every high, in every low, on mountain tops, down broken roads, still my rock, my hope remains. I rest in the arms of Jesus. Come what may. Ooh, ooh, ah, ooh. Well, come what may. Yeah. Well, come what may. Yeah.
Come on. Darren, we are messengers spending time with his radio this morning. You brought Liz to tears.
Ooh,
She's crying over there.
I need more mascara. Oh, my goodness.
You know,
Thank you for
There's
that.
the truth. The truth always sets people free.
Woo!
You know?
Ooh,
good.
and the floods.
She's leaking. She's leaking
Yeah.
water from her eyes.
What is happening?
Hey, I love that you spend time with your family when you're inside.
Yeah.
This whole COVID thing that's had everybody locked up.
Yeah.
It was very interesting to see how your family does worship on Sunday mornings.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
a very strange family. What you got?
Yeah.
What in the
Yeah,
world
so-
is this? River is in just his diaper, first of all, we'll say. Taken in online church in a hammock swing.
Yeah, he's a very expressionable young man. His worship is uncontained. Unfortunately, well, thank God his nappy was contained.
That could have been rough. There's a white rug
Yeah.
there.
Is this like a normal thing on Sunday mornings for you guys? Explain what this is.
Yo, that was so early on in quarantine. We were doing like online church like everybody else. And so we have a little room upstairs, kind of a toy room with books and stuff where we hang out. And the wee man, just during worship, got on this swing, lay on his belly, and started kicking his legs back and forward. And you know, the daddy in me was thinking, this child is so in touch with Holy Spirit, he just can't stop himself from worshiping. But really, he's just a lunatic. The man just wants to watch the world burn.
But I'm very curious when I hear the word swing. I'm thinking like a little baby swing where you spin the thing and it goes back and forth. But you did a contraption here.
Yeah, I hung that up on the ceiling. It's like a circus type thing. But what your people on the radio, whether they can see this or cannot see it, the scary thing is he's swinging forward and back. There's a window right in front of him. So if he goes too far, he ends up in the neighborhood. You know?
Just don't let the other kids catapult him out.
little
That would be
picture
bad.
That's a 20-foot drop.
Oh, no.
Little Cirque du Soleil up here in
Yeah,
the bonus
exactly.
room.
Cirque du Soleil, that's the one. That's
You're
what I was
right.
trying to think of.
I'm telling you. Okay, I saw one more last thing before
Yes,
we
sir.
let you go. So I know you got a busy day ahead of you. Darren with We Are Messengers with us this morning on his radio. We saw this post, and it was so beautiful. I think this was your daughter, and she wrote this note. It was like a letter. Was this to God? Tell me about this. Do you even remember it?
I do remember.
Yeah.
This was to God. Like, it's so cool. I'm just looking at it. Can I read it? Do you mind?
Please do.
Like, she's got a lot of bad spelling, but she is my daughter. She says, I love you more than anyone and anything in the world. I will read my Bible every day. Oh, my goodness. And not forget about you. I love you. I do. I really do. And I want you to be my God forever. Like, you can't, I can't. No, you can't make that up. Like, where does she learn that? I know I'd like to take some credit, but I'm a duplicitous man. She has been with Jesus. And you know what she does every night, every day, actually? She reads her Bible. First thing in the morning, last thing at night.
How old is she?
She's 9 now. And she's so aware of herself and aware of her responsibility to be kind and generous. One of the things I love about her is we'll go out and we'll just be hanging, whatever, in a town or city. And she'll always make sure she's modest. She wants to dress modestly. And I'm like, why are you doing that, And she says, because it's not appropriate for a young lady not to dress modestly.
At 9.
At 9. And I'm like, this is wisdom. So she teaches me more about Jesus and the love of God than I could ever teach her. Dude, the amount of nights I've come into her room and, just when I'm talking her into bed, I'm like, babe, you give Daddy a hug, will you? Daddy needs a hug. You know those days? I had one of those evenings yesterday where I needed someone to hug me. And I got to say this, to be honest with you. It was Brian from the station. Last night I come in and something really heavy had happened. And Brian saw that I was emotional. And he stood up and he came over and he just put his arms around me. Wow. And I'm like, that's why radio matters to me. It's not just that you play the songs and that you give us a career, but that you're our friends. Friends are hard to find, especially for artists, because everyone wants something from us all the time. But when we come here and you've played all these songs and you've partnered with us over the years, it doesn't feel like there's manipulation. It feels like there's friendship. It's hard to find, and it's a beautiful thing.
Well, thank you.
My daughter understands friendship, and you guys understand that too.
Well, and you certainly do, because you emulate that at home. I mean, she sees it in you. She sees it in Mommy.
Definitely Mommy. And I'm not saying that with some kind of weird false humility. She sees it in her mother so much. Her mom is... she mightn't be like me. I have a lot of knowledge. The way fellas can tell you, weird random facts about lunar landings and stuff. But my wife demonstrates the kindness of God. And so we're a good team.
Heart
That's
knowledge.
good.
Yeah, she's heart knowledge and she has wisdom. And I have doctrine and dogma. And the two of them work well together. But I want to love like she loves them. I want to love like she has loved me. Because she met Jesus first,
Well, I kind of think it's there.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Darren, we are messengers. By the way, if you missed any of our time with Darren, you'll see it online. His Radio TV, which is on Apple TV, Roku, hisradio.com, and the My His Radio app.